at it again. What's going on?
What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
Ryan Socia and Rob's here hanging as always. The BKFC show. They should not tell us and start the cameras like 10 seconds early. They see us acting like animals. What do we, That's what they do. They're going to freeze that shot. You know they are.
I love it.
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. It's insane as always. Live from Satellite 5. We're glad to have you here. We're going to have a fun time. There's, as always, so much to talk about. I'm glad to have you in the chat. Say hello to each other, get involved. Today, I mean, again, we've seen so much of BKFC, and we've seen other stuff going on, too. Mayweather, Jake Paul, did you watch? We'll get to if I watched and if Rob watched, but if you did watch, more so than Mayweather, Jake Paul, I was excited to see our guy Brian Maxwell from BKFC fighting. Saw some BKFC stuff there, some shirts, some hats. It was pretty cool to see that. Yeah, we'll get to that, and we're going to talk to Brian Maxwell for a couple minutes too in a little while, probably around 12:20ish. Also, Dana White firing back at Paul Acosta. That's going to be fun to talk about. I know you have some opinions on that,
man,
as do I.
I got a strong opinion on that one for sure.
I feel like you have strong opinions on everything. That's why this show's great, as do I. It's a good time. New BKFC signings and contract extensions. A preview of the new BKFC series Ungloved, which I saw on the app already. The first, it was Palomino and Good John. Yeah, and you know what, dude? Wow.
I love it.
Wow. We're going to talk more about that. There's a lot of good stuff in that. So that got me even more excited for that fight. And some champ-on-champ drama. Palomino again with that win. What's going on with that?
Dat all over the place. Dat be that, man.
That be that. That be doing what that be doing.
Wild dude.
That be crazy. Luis Palomino involved in that as well. And then Julian Lane. Love that guy. He's always...
Let me bang.
That's it. Let me bang, bro. Just let me bang. I'm yelling a lot today. They're probably killing people's ears. I had too much Tiger life.
Nah, man. It's good energy.
But I'm excited for Julian Lane to come on. He's always fun. He's a good guy. He's a great fighter. And he's going to face Jake Boswick coming up at BKFC 18. BKFC.com if you want to get in on that. You definitely should. A lot of stuff, like I said, to get to. So let's just get started after that wonderful rundown by a very talented man and his talented co-host. Let's talk about what's trending in combat sports. Boxing. We were talking about Mayweather-Paul fight. It was this past Sunday, and I'm going to start right there. This past Sunday. I am so much happier when these events are held on a Friday or better a Saturday.
Sure.
I don't like the Sunday events. I can tell you right now, we asked, did you watch? I didn't really watch. I didn't see it. I called one of my buddies. I was going to watch it with him, and he said, you know what? That fight's not coming out till later. I had to work tomorrow. He said, I wonder how many people did that. I know the buy rates they're saying were decent, but I just didn't think it like watching it. I didn't like it on a Sunday.
Mayweather Paul exceeded 1 million pay-per-view buys is the latest. So apparently it doesn't matter if you put a fight on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or 4 o'clock in the a.m., man. 1 million pay-per-view buys, for Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather exhibition.
See, selfishly for me, I want to bet on a Saturday. Tell us in the chat. I mean, is it better for you on a Saturday?
It is for me, man.
It's so much more fun. You get all hammered and forget you spent the money if you weren't happy with the fight. But let's talk about that fight quickly, and we'll talk about our guy, Brian Maxwell, who's on there too. I mean, your thoughts. Let's start with Jake Paul Mayweather before we get into more BKFC stuff. And what's your thoughts on the fight? I said Logan Jake. Paul. I always say Jake. Sorry, Logan. I don't really care that much about the Paul brothers. I'm forced to talk about these things.
I love it, man. Let's get real. It fucking sucked. No, it did. The fight sucked, if you want to call it that. It was an exhibition bout. No judges, no knockdowns. It was a hug fest. I'm gonna call it like I see it. It was a hug fest.
Really was.
Some people are saying, well, they brought, them being the Paul brothers, are bringing attention to boxing, which they are. They've got a great forum. They're YouTubers. They're entertainers, and they're doing a phenomenal job with it. Now, for the sport of boxing, no. I think it upped the stock of boxing in general, or fighters, or bring more true awareness to the sport and to land more fans? No, it did not. Absolutely not.
What kind of awareness? That's what you have to talk about.
Yeah.
If you're a fight purist, you're not loving this.
I'm not.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if these guys are able to promote, as we'll get into later with the Dana White conversation quote that he had, it was something different with Paul Costa. It almost is that they're bringing their platforms. They're bringing people. There's money to be made. So on the good side of things, if you're a fighter and you can get on one of these cards, like Brian Maxwell did, I have no clue what his purse was, but I'd guess it's higher than he would normally get because you're on this huge card. It gives you exposure to people that might not be fight fans too. So there's a good side and a bad side. For me, I think, I don't want to say the bad outweighed the good. I just didn't watch this one. I just watched the Maxwell fight.
Yeah, I watched 2 rounds, 3 full rounds, and I'm like, I'm done. I mean, what is it, 8-round fight?
You think
8-round
a lot
fight.
of people saying though that that Floyd Mayweather could have just eliminated him. He's playing with him. And I think I did see one of the Paul boys there. I keep wanting to call him Aaron Paul, the guy from Breaking Bad. I know it's not. Logan Paul. For him to be there and saying like, oh, I lasted with Floyd Mayweather. Dude, did you really last with Floyd Mayweather? I mean, you were there. You probably last longer than I would. But did you really last with him, or did he let you last with him? You know,
Yeah.
And that bothers me because you put your money down and you're having you're going to see a circus, right? That's fine. I'm all good with that. But if you complain about the show after you've laid your money down that it was too much of a circus, didn't you know going in it was going to be a circus?
Yeah, I mean, you entered the big top, man. You entered the ring.
You did.
Expect to see the clowns. Expect to see the show, and that's what you got. I'll say it again. I take my hat off to anybody that steps in the ring, any competitor, combat sport in general. But the topic is it actually bringing awareness, and is it supporting the sport of boxing? My answer is no, absolutely not. I don't think so at all.
No, but I'll tell you who brought some awareness too. BKFC fighter Brian Maxwell. People knew of him anyway, but now he steps up. He fights Chad Ochocinco. Brian Maxwell's going to be coming on in a couple minutes to talk more about the fight. I got a Tiger Lake burp coming. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, just one of the.
Sponsored by Tiger Life. I just lost all the ratings.
Keep it real.
That's a Tiger Life burp, man.
Man, just one, Brian Maxwell and Chad Ochocinco, just one of their rounds was better than the entire fight of Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. But listen, again, Floyd Mayweather, competitor, I take my hat off. One of the most boring fighters of all time.
Well,
I'm sorry, he is. He is a very boring fighter. Is he a great fighter? One of the greatest boxers of all time? Absolutely. John Fitch, great MMA fighter. Boring as hell.
Yeah,
boring as hell, period. So, and this going to tie into what people are asking for. I want more money. It's about entertainment. Your skill set is one thing, being a great athlete and a great competitor.
It's funny you say that because I saw somebody tweet something. I wish I could remember who it was, but they were basically saying that this is just like every other Floyd Mayweather fight. Then you get all hyped up about it the next day. You're like, I wasted my money. That was boring. We know that. We know the kind of fighter he is going in. So if you know fighting, you know it's not going to be good.
A wonderful top-tier businessman, top-tier promoter. He can sell the fight like no other, man. And all you got to do is take his hat to do it.
Yeah. Let's talk about Brian Maxwell, and we're going to go to him in a second. I know he's in our cyber green room, I'll call it here at Satellite 5 where we're live. What a great showing by him. He was able to walk out. I saw him at the weigh-ins with the bare knuckle stuff on. He was promoting us. We appreciate that. And we also saw you promoting Fusion too, so good for Fusion. But, it was really cool to see one of our guys there and have a decent showing and be able to even knock Chad Ochocinco down, to which Chad, put his glove up and said, hey, heck of a shot.
Yeah, man.
We have Brian on the phone. I mean, do you want to get to Brian?
Yeah,
we should get to him. Why don't we keep Brian Maxwell waiting? Brian Maxwell, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
There he is. I'm used to seeing you in red glasses. You have more glasses frames than I've seen anybody in my life.
Hey, hold on now. Let me switch it up for you.
He's going through
styling and profiling.
I told you. He's got like probably a trench coat with glasses on the inside.
Good to see you, Brian. How you feeling, champ?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling awesome, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, congratulations on a worldwide huge showing where you, I guess we can't say he defeated Chad Ochocinco, right? I mean, it was an exhibition, right? So we can't say that. But we saw you knock him down, and we saw, you get the kind of high five with the glove touch after that. And this was a guy that you looked up to. So what were your thoughts going into the fight?
Man, my thoughts were, but when I first found out about the fight, my mind was going crazy, and I shed a man tear because it was an opportunity. And, when I talked to Nate, I was like, are you for real? And, he's like, yes, it's a huge opportunity. And I was like, I'll take it. And, at first couple days it hit me, I was excited, and it was just weird. And then once I got to going in with the rest of my fight camp, it just went away. But, fight week when, I got to start meeting everybody, and then I finally met Chad in person at our interviews and stuff. That's when it really hit me, and I got more nervous than I ever been in a long time, but it felt good though.
Good. I'm glad. That sounded like it seemed like you had fun. I mean, through the whole process, we were following along through social media posts and checking out what was going on, and we were very happy for you. Rob, you were watching the show, correct?
I was.
What did you gather from this fight?
So, I mean, it was a great fight, a great boxing match. I want to know what was the difference going from BKFC back into boxing now? Was there a transition? Did you try, were you thinking about clinching them up a couple of times or?
Oh man, yeah, I thought about clinching him several times, and then I had to remember. I was thinking a lot during that fight, and I was like, man, I want to put him in the clinch so bad to see how he reacts. But I was like, oh snap, we're boxing. I can't put him in the clinch. And there's a lot of things that I wanted to do to him that I couldn't do to him. But, we transitioned in fight camp. We done everything the same. So, there wasn't too much besides being able to clinch him and stuff like that really changed. But, I was there to entertain, so I had fun.
Awesome. And speaking of it, it was an exhibition bout. If it wasn't an exhibition bout, a lot of reporters, some social media people, influencers online, scored it 38-37 with the knockdown in favor of Ocho Cinco. How did you score your performance? And do you think if it was a true fight, not an exhibition, do you think you would have came out on top?
If it was a true fight, I would have went a little bit harder in that fight, just to be quite honest. But since, it was an exhibition and, it was for entertainment, I held back a little bit. No disrespect.
You went easy on him.
No disrespect to Chad at all. None at all. I have nothing but respect for him. And, we've talked every day since the fight. But, since we were there for entertainment,
mm-hmm.
I held back a little bit and we made it what it was made out to be. And, I called it before the fight that I was going to have a highlight reel in the 4th round. So I rate my performance decently. I know a lot of people are talking junk about it and saying Chad won 3 out of the 4 rounds. That's cool. I wasn't looking to win rounds. I was looking to entertain and enjoy my moment and my opportunity.
And excuse me, enjoy your moment. You did, definitely. And like I said, it was fun to watch too, to watch you up there on such a huge stage in front of the world. So I'm thinking that if people are saying that Chad may have won and you're saying you won a little easier, I think that you should challenge Chad Ocho Cinco to a bare knuckle fight. I mean, that would be great.
Hey, actually, Chad is actually going to be with me at BKFC 18. Just saying, just throwing it out there.
Whoa, wait a minute. Time out. So I had heard a rumor about this. He's going to be with you. What is he going to, I mean, you're fighting at BKFC, right? Coming up?
Yes, sir.
So that's huge in itself. We're excited to have you on the show. He's going to be, is he coming with you? Is he going to corner? What's he going to be doing?
He's going to be actually, I actually got to call him later to see if he wants to just walk out or be in the corner with me too. But more than likely, he'll be in the corner with me with my other coach. So
that's cool awesome. Too.
He's going to say, do to your opponent what you did to me. That's what he's going to say, knock him that way. He's going to give you the advice. But I mean, going through it too, that's going to be huge. Chad Ocho Cinco there, we just heard he's going to be there for Brian Maxwell's fight, regardless, walking down that. What a sign of respect from Chad Ocho Cinco.
BKFC 18, that's awesome.
That's got to be huge. By the way, BKFC.com, if you want to see Chad and Brian come down, who knows, maybe on the way down they'll get into some kind of fisticuffs. If they're, you never know.
Hey, another rumor too, that he might be there. Terrell Owens might be with us also, and Brandon Marshall. Just saying, I'm just throwing it out there.
T.O., you're dropping bombs, man. I didn't expect those out of Brian Maxwell.
Those guys are awesome, man. They've showed nothing but support since the fight, and I've talked to all those guys, and it's been nothing but mad respect, man. And I'm glad to have gotten the opportunity to do it, and I want to thank Nate and Dave for being there with me and helping me out with everything, and it's truly amazing. It's been a wild past couple of days.
I can understand that. I mean, again, that's a huge star you're fighting. It's not just that it's a normal fight. There was so much spectacle around this, so I'm sure you're getting hit from every direction, and we're happy to have you on the show. I know that on the screen you're seeing a tweet from Chad Ocho Cinco. Let's see. Holy shit, that was wow. Effing fun against a real effing bare knuckle fighter. And I effing survived.
77,000 likes, man. That's a whole lot of respect to you, Brian. And I think it's rightfully deserved.
They had their I'm an Athlete podcast last night, and Chad kind of chimed me in a little bit, and it was a great show for them last night. And it's been awesome, man. And him, like I said, I've talked to him almost every day since the fight, and it's wonderful.
It sure is. It's awesome, and it's awesome to have you on the show today. We appreciate you coming on. We're excited for your fight coming up, BKFC 18. Again, BKFC.com. Apparently, Chad Ochocinco may be joining him, walking him down the aisle. You're saying T.O. might be coming with you, Terrell Owens. And who was you said somebody else. I get so excited. I didn't even hear.
Brandon Marshall.
Wow, man. What an all-star team there. He's
coming down
walking down the aisle with him.
At BKFC 18 in his corner. That's awesome, man. Couldn't ask anything bigger than that.
I love it. Well, we're excited to see you fight, man, and congratulations on your big fight. And I hope the big paydays continue for you and the big fights continue, and we're so proud to have you as part of BKFC.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to see y'all in 2.5 weeks, man. It's gonna be a movie, and it's gonna be an awesome fight. And I got some things ready for you guys.
We can't wait. Before I let you go, I want to tell you one more thing. Share a story. Last BKFC, I was doing my interviews, and here comes Brian Maxwell. And I don't know if you remember this, Brian. He goes, "Hey, get ready." I said, "What's up?" He goes, "You're going to be interviewing me real soon." Less than a month later, here I'm interviewing you. So you were correct. You knew everything. You had the chess game played out.
That's exactly what I said. And we're here now.
Yes,
Brian, what last one? Quick prediction on your next fight. BKFC 18. How do you see it going down?
Man, I'm not too good with predictions, but I feel like with me and Francisco Ricci, it's going to be an awesome fight. I'm thinking we're going to go all 5 rounds, honestly, just because it's going to be that good of a fight. But if something happens in between there, whether I knock him out in the 3rd or the 4th round, but I'm going with we're going to go all rounds, honestly.
I mean, that's fun. More of you two in the ring to watch you fight. I'll take that. I mean, I'm never going to turn that down. Well, again, we're looking forward to it. BKFC.com. Grab the app. You can get it. You can tune in for this and all the amazing fights. 4 title fights. It's going to be a huge show. It's a little bit of a spectacle, too. I mean, if you've never seen it, check it out. Brian Maxwell, thank you so much, man. We'll go let you get ready for your fight and go pick out another pair of frames. You have so many. How many glasses frames do you have?
Man, I got like 3 sets of these red ones, and I got a set of the black ones, and I have a set of white ones too, just in case. Because, man, sometimes I'll forget when I take my glasses off. I'll just throw them somewhere, and I'll end up stepping on them, or one of my dogs will get a hold to them, and so when I get these, I order them in bulk.
I know, man. Just get a sponsorship for the side of your glasses. You won't pay for them anymore. Brian Maxwell, thank you so much for coming on with us. We'll talk to you really soon. We're very excited to watch you fight, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
There he goes, Brian Maxwell.
That's awesome, man. Big news, breaking news.
Tons of it. Yeah. I didn't know any of that. So now we're saying we might have other big superstars coming to this fight that he just fought, and where does it end? The notoriety of BKFC, it's really cool. As we do the show, we can see it. It just keeps climbing. And as fans in the chat, you can see it as well. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger every day. It's not even like a talking point. You can feel it. It's so cool. Anyway, all right, a lot of other stuff we have to get to, as always.
Yep.
That was cool to have him on. Don't forget, we have Julian Lane coming up around 12:40.
Let me bang, bro, live.
Let me bang. I want to talk to him about that, too. I want to talk to him about Jake Boswick, who he's going to be fighting. Love Jake Boswick.
Man, that's going to be that's a barn burner right there, buddy.
Jake Boswick,
that is a barn burner.
By the way, coming off the 6-rounder, remember, against Tyler Vogel, I believe it was, he went an extra round. I think it was the first time and only time in BKFC history that happened.
That was a great fight, man. I can't wait for their fight. Can't wait to talk to him about that.
So much with Julian Lane coming up around 12:40. But right now, let's get to Dana White, Paul Acosta. I mean, there's some heat going there, and it's kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier. It seems like it's due to money, due to people complaining. I know we have a quote from Dana, so let's just start from the quote. We'll throw that up on the screen, and we can see what he said. I mean, see if you agree, if you don't know about this. You want to read the quote? Or you want me
Guess
to
what? You should have started a YouTube channel when you were fucking 13 years old and built your name up and everything else. But you didn't. You're not a fucking YouTuber. You're a fighter. And this is what you do for a living. And you're in no position to be talking about crazy money after your last performance. You either want to fight or you don't want to fight. That's Dana's response to Paulo Costa. From his tweet, basically, fighters aren't getting paid enough. Yeah, and I usually don't disagree with fighters when it comes to pay. But in this case, 100%, Dana White hit the mark right here. You're not a YouTuber. You know what I mean? I mean, that's like saying, oh, well, I want to get paid what Tiger Woods gets paid because, I play miniature golf, right? Yeah. You're in 2 different spheres, man. And your last performance, you look like crap. You sucked, man. Like, I know you can kick my ass, whatever. But, dude, he tore his leg up, man. His leg got ripped. He didn't even look like a game opponent. It was embarrassing.
I do think 2 things after seeing that quote. The first thing, my gut instinct was damn it, I should started my own YouTube channel at 13 and I'd be rich too. That was my first thing. Seriously, I thought that when I read it. I mean, that's everybody. You know, it's true. He's right what he's saying. He's correct. But the other thing when I look at it, I kind of understand why there's so much friction, why he's so upset, because I don't think that people really, they see this YouTube fighters and the regular fighters, they see them like in the same sphere because that's where
they're not. Though.
No, but a lot of people do. And the fighters, I get it. When I used to do pro wrestling, there was jealousy of a guy that would come in, but he's bringing big money. Like I'm trying to think of somebody that had come in, like a big time celebrity. Mickey Rourke came in once after the Wrestler movie, and everyone was mad.
Or Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather came in.
He did a celebrity appearance, as did
he beat
Mr.
up the Big
T.
Show. Yeah.
Exactly.
All these guys, and people would get mad because they're not wrestlers, they're not part of this. But the thing is, they're bringing brand notoriety. So it's not, the fighters have to understand, and I usually side with the fighters too. It's not the same thing. It's almost like a different industry where if you have enough clout like a Floyd Mayweather, you can dip your toe in and make some extra money. And if you're somebody like Brian Maxwell, you can catch the wake of that, and then you can make some extra money for the fighters that got on the card, which good for them. That's how I feel like that's the best way to look at it. Like that kind of stuff. There's money to be made, and when guys aren't making money, they're always going to complain. I mean, I would.
Absolutely,
but you have to look at your self-worth, and they're not always doing that.
Yeah, you have to be a businessman. You have to be an entrepreneur. If you want to grow yourself, if you want to grow your brand, you grow your brand, right? The company will support you. The company should support you for that matter. I can't speak to how the UFC fighters are treated from that standpoint, but nobody hires Conor McGregor to mainline events and pays him millions of dollars because he's just a good fighter. He runs his mouth, he backs it up, and he sells the fight.
If Mayweather couldn't sell the fight, if Mayweather couldn't sell the fight, he wouldn't have a career because people would be bored in watching him. I agree with that. And I also think that Dana White, I mean, he's a guy that he's going to make an example. Somebody run their mouth, he's going to say, well, what right do you have to run your mouth? So we've seen Dana White time and time again. He said, look, this is what it's going to be. This is the example we're making. Don't be foolish. And that's why I enjoy Dana White sometimes. He comes out and just says what he thinks. I mean, he's real.
Yeah, and fighter pay, should fighters get paid more? That's not the argument right now. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about should they get paid YouTuber money? No, you're not. It's a totally different thing. Now, should you get paid more? You probably have a good stance on your pay should be reflective upon your what the company gets and have some kind of share, whatever. Now, when we're talking about YouTubers, you were talking about freaking Chuck Norris coming in, whatever. You're not bringing that. You're not bringing the movie aspect of it. You're not a musical actor. You're not an entertainer. You're not an actor. You are a fighter, as Dana White said. So if you want to go off and do a side gig, get big at a side gig, come back. I'm sure they'll pay you even more.
This is the modern day way of bringing celebrities in to gain notoriety now. Unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, I get why some people from our generation might be like, what are they doing? But this is the new way. I was playing miniature golf one day,
YouTube is
and some kid told me I look like a YouTuber. This is a couple of years ago, and they're all excited. And I'm like, oh, what? And these kids are like probably like 13, 14, 15.
Well, you technically are a YouTuber.
Well, now I am. But then I wasn't. I was a radio superstar, and that's debatable.
Yeah.
All right,
and if you guys help us out and smash that like button, make sure you subscribe so we can get up to 1 million. That would be phenomenal.
I would love that.
Yes.
Then we could be big YouTuber stars.
I know.
Oh, wow.
And then I would hop in the bare knuckle ring and bring my YouTube following with me.
So if you get 1 million followers, you're going to hop in the bare knuckle ring or something?
Dude, if we get 1 million followers, I'll fight anybody in BKFC. Anybody.
Yo, start hitting that like button. Smash it. Every time you smash it, Rob's going to get punched in the face by a BKFC fighter. I like that idea. All right.
No.
He's like, oh, why'd I say that?
I would definitely not. But somebody is making similar, waves in the water that's calling out everybody, and that's going to be, my transition.
I know it
that
is.
New
You're not supposed to tell me that's your transition.
Sorry.
As a broadcast professional, you make the transition. I'm thinking in my head, this guy's catching on. He's really making the transition. I was going to let you transition it. Don't tell him you're making the transition.
Sorry. Work in progress.
What do you got?
So Dat Nguyen has been calling everybody out, man. You call Joey Beltran out.
Everybody.
Luis Palomino. And he's got some rough words to be saying
He's calling my dog and my cat out. The guy's calling every single person that you can think animal. Hey, he's his own animal. He's calling everybody out. So when you see that, and then you realize, well, he's one of our champs here, right? But we haven't seen him defend that title yet.
Yeah.
But he's
some people saying he's running. So this is the latest conversation between him and Luis. Little bitches like that never run out of excuses, brother. You will get the belt one way or another. And Dat's response, bitches running your family, huh? Don't make me come to your gym and fuck you up before you your fight, stupid monkey.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting kind of personal. It's getting dirty, man. And then someone else hops in. You guys can, I'm not going to read it verbatim. They can
you can check it
read
out
it themselves. Yeah. So it gets pretty dirty, man. They're going, they're going back and forth. And what is he doing?
I think that's just trying to get eyes on him. And I think but I do, from speaking to Dat, and leave that up there for a little while so people can read through that as we're talking. But Dat, I feel like from speaking to him on a personal level outside of when he's promoting a fight or whatever, he's this similar guy. Like he wants to fight these. I think he really
fight
believes
Reggie,
it.
man. If you
Why won't he fight Reggie? He says
fight Reggie.
I agree. I actually want to see that fight, or maybe a rematch with Johnny. That'd be nice too. But I really want to see that Reggie fight because I feel like you saw them going at it months ago after Reggie's fight. He was in the crowd, that trying to pick a fight or whatever was happening there, and then you see. All these things keep happening, and Reggie's been showing up at events. I want that. He wants that bad, and it's not just about a title for Reggie. It's personal.
Yeah,
and I feel like that won't fight him.
Hop in, dude.
Wait, who's in the chat? Somebody's in the chat.
We got
Reggie's in the chat. What's up, Reggie? How are you? Feel free to speak on what we're saying, Reggie, in the chat. We love that you join us. Love that these fighters pop in like that.
I mean, I personally think that Reggie deserves the next shot.
So do I.
And he's been calling him out. He got it, dude. He got up into his face. I think it was at the Miami event, maybe. He got up into his face, and they got into it.
It was the 9/11 event in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So after Reggie won, Dat was running his mouth, and Reggie's, let's do this, and Dat was like, let's do it. Then he's like, well, now I want to, that being Dat, I'm going to fight the heavyweight champion. And I'm like, what?
But he believes that. He really believes that he's going to fight these guys.
Come on, man. This is.
Would you even want to see that? Would you want to see Dat fight our heavyweight champion? I mean, I don't know if I even want to see it.
That's ridiculous. That's just stupid, man.
Do you want to talk to Reggie? We might try and get him on the phone.
So here's the thing. I mean, I would love, maybe we have Reggie.
I'd love to get Reggie.
Let's get our producers. Let's try to get Reggie on the phone since he's in the chat.
We're
Reggie.
working on it.
Yeah, they're going to work. Oh, they're back there. Okay,
we're talking to you. Yeah, we're on them.
Awesome, man. Oh, cool.
They're on the show. Evan, hello, Lord.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, we'll see if we can.
Look at that. That's why I love the show being live like that, because we've had Reggie jump in our chat. Now we're going to bring him on and talk to him about that. So hopefully we'll get that in a couple minutes. The producers are trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I've been wanting to see this fight. I think Reggie is, I believe, the most winning fighter in BKFC. He's earned this shot. And I think people might want to see it too. And as I said, and Reggie will speak more of this when he comes on, it's not just about a title for him. It's very personal. And he's told me this on and off camera. So maybe we can kind of talk more about that. But we'll see if we can get him on.
Yeah, and listen, man, I'm kind of going hard on Dat right now. I'd love to get his perspective on it as well. From what I'm reading and what I'm llooking at, looks like he's avoiding him.
I agree.
It looks like he's avoiding him.
I agree, and I'm not like a Dat basher. I enjoy watching Dat fight. I enjoy Dat when he's Dat beat Dat when he's crazy.
He's
Dat.
great, dude. He's great. He's exciting to watch. He rocked Johnny Bedford. He won that fight.
Yeah, but the thing is, let's call this what it is. You're thinking this, and I'm kind of thinking of it. Maybe there's something we don't know. Are you thinking that Dat is running from Reggie in the chat? Let us know. I mean, we'd like to know that from you too, because we both kind of are seeing this happen. But this is our hypothesis, our guess.
Gentlemen,
so we'll see.
We got him.
We got Reggie on the phone.
All right, man. Surprise last minute.
Yo.
Reggie, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
How are you, Reg?
What's up? What's up, BKFC fans? What's up, fellas? Thank you for pulling me in. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us, man, on such short notice. Thanks for hanging out in the chat, too, man, talking to the fans.
Of course. Y'all know me. I'm the BKFC king. I support everything. Fair enough.
Do.
So.
Reggie, let's just go into it right now, man. We're not even going to mince words. What is going on with you and Dat? Is Dat avoiding you? Where are we at with that?
I mean, so you can't talk all that trash, and say all those things you said, and then turn around and say, "Oh, I'm not worth fighting."
You guys got into
and
it.
If I'm an easy fight, then and you're supposed to be the reigning champion, then go ahead and solidify your legacy as a champion. But he knows it's not an easy fight. So at this point, he's 100% avoiding me, especially when you're wasting your time calling out people that you don't know, that you aren't even really going to fight in the first place.
Reggie, before you get, I know it's like with this kind of thing, with the Dat thing heats you up, and I understand why. We've had private conversations and stuff, but for the people that are watching and listening that don't know, you mentioned really quickly it's kind of become personal, and you told me before it's more than just about a title. It's personal with Dat. Why is it so personal? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, I mean, if we read the undertone, Dat tried to insult me on a personal level, and then he brought, I guess, my life, my living situation, and my family into it. It has nothing to do with the sport at all. We're competitors. If you want to insult me based upon my skill set or what I bring to bare knuckle fighting championships, not what's going on in my personal life. That has nothing to do with it. I never came at him that way. But then he accosted me when I fought Abdul Velasquez the entire fight and talked all that trash, threatened to slap me the next time he seen me, even before the Abby fight, and did nothing. So you can't run your mouth, act like this thug or whatever you want to be, and then not back it up.
On the phone with us is Reggie Barnett, the most winning fighter in BKFC. And I feel like with every win, with every time you compete, Reggie, it becomes almost worse for Dat the longer he waits, because it's fueling your fire. Of course, Chop Chop Corley not even coming out of the corner, retiring, a former professional boxer, a champion. So every time you keep building your steam up more and more and more, and you're just clout in the organization. And I feel like you become more confident with every win, which makes sense. So, I mean, do you think that's worried? I don't know how to ask this.
Yes, I absolutely believe he's worried. I mean, he's putting everything on the line against somebody he knows he's got to go to absolute war with. And in his mind, I don't think he's really truly ready to take that risk. He likes, having what a little bit of shine he has right now as the belt holder. But at the end of the day, I'm the number one contender, signed and sealed. It's in my contract. Bare knuckle fighting championships cannot put up that 135-pound title unless I'm fighting for it. It doesn't even matter who I'm fighting. Right, but if you're the champion and you say you're the best, then prove it. Stand behind your words. I said it in one of our videos. Stand on your word. You said I'm an easy fight. You said you was going to slap me, and then you made all these excuses because in your heart you know you really can't beat me.
Yeah, he's calling you an easy fighter. He says, fighting Reggie Barnett is not going to raise his stock. He wants to find an opponent that's going to raise his stock because he beat Bedford. Bedford beat you. You're a much different opponent from there. Do you think you would bring a challenge to that? Or, completely honest, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is there any merit to what he says regarding, you being an easy opponent? What type of challenge do you bring to him?
Absolutely not. And everybody, he keeps trying to discredit me for my one loss, and everybody loses from time to time. I think the only fighter right now on the face of this planet who hasn't lost is Floyd Mayweather, and we know that's because he's a defensive, boring-ass fighter.
Hey, man,
we just talked about that.
There's an asterisk. I got a loss on him on one of his fights, and I'll bring it up. I think he lost one of his fights, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was in the Olympics. That was it. That was in the Olympics. Okay.
Reggie knows. Reggie
knows
boxing.
Yeah, that was the only fight he ever lost was in the Olympics, and then he vowed he would never lose again. So if you look at the way he fights, boring as hell, want to make sure that he wins, that's okay. I'm not that type of fighter. I'm coming to bang. I'm coming to fight. I'm coming to put it all on the line. That's not like that. He's the same way. So I'm high risk for him.
So in your fight versus Abigail, refresh my memory, did he knock you down at all?
No, Abby hit me like 3 times in that entire fight, but he sure did put that Gwyn on his ass.
There you go.
Right, so you can sit here and say that Johnny dropped me. Okay, it happened, right? But I got up and I continued to fight. Abby put you on your ass too, and what did you do? You got up, continued to fight, and you landed a lucky shot because that was not a tactical exchange at all. We can go back and forth on it all day, but the truth of the matter is that is scared, and until you sign the contract and we have a signed sealed deal, I'm going to continue to call you that, be that bitch, and tell the world that you're scared. You can't say all those things, make all those comments about me as a man, as a fighter, and not stand behind it. We are combat sportsmen in blood sport. Stand on it. Let's fight. Give the fans what they want.
Yeah, I think also, Reggie, what the fans want. You've been here since the beginning. Like you said, you call yourself the bare knuckle king. You have been a guy that the fans enjoy, that we enjoy, and you're just so passionate about the sport. So I'd love to see that passion fight against Dat win. I believe a lot of people would. I just don't know if Dat wants to see it right now. We're going to find out. Hopefully Dat was listening to everything you said. And Reggie, we really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for joining us.
There was no notice. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, thank you guys so much for everything that y'all do. Keep building, we're just going to keep building. And like I said, July 23rd, this fight should be happening. I'm not going to keep wasting my time. I'm building regardless. And definitely, of course, always shout out to Dave Feldman and Nate Shook for looking out for me. So,
well, shout out to you, too, for being so fun to watch fight. We appreciate you coming on, Reggie. We'll talk to you real soon, okay, man?
All right, you guys have a great afternoon.
All right, you too. So there he goes, Reggie Barnett,
There it
the
is.
guy who's been, I mean, every time I've spoken to him, every time for months, he comes to the events off the camera. He wants that. I don't know why I can't get that. It's insane how much this guy, I can't wait to see the fight for Reggie. I mean, every time Dat turns him down, I feel like I said that fuels his fire.
Sure.
So we're gonna see what happens. I want to fight. I want to see.
Yeah, man. One
Has
of
to
the things,
happen.
one of the things that turns me off, and I'm sure this has probably turned a lot of sports fans off, is the politics that come into combat sports, especially when it comes into boxing. We talk about Mayweather all day. Mayweather versus Pacquiao should have happened 5 years, if not 5 years prior to it. It got so much red tape and promoters and back and forth. I want to fight. That's bullshit, man. Fight. You know what I mean? Give the fans
You're
what they
robbing
want.
the fans of it in a way, and we're trying to give the fans what they want at BKFC because we're all fans too. But see,
Don't hold the division up, no matter what
what are you
fighter you're in,
doing?
no matter what sport you're in. And a lot of fighters do. A lot of fighters will fight whoever the next competitor is, and those are
but doesn't
true
it
fighters
go,
in the
but
division.
shouldn't it be? And again, I'm not a fighter. I've never had to negotiate as a fighter, but I would guess that you're working like if I worked at a convenience store, I'm not going to tell them the hours I'm going to work and this is what I'm going to do, and I don't care if you don't like it. Shouldn't they just fight who's put in front of them? I know some fighters be like, I just fight who's in front of me, man.
Yeah,
they shouldn't have an opinion on that.
Most fighters do. Some people cherry pick their.
I know that.
But when it comes to like UFC, man, it's like they're pretty strict, and we're pretty strict as well.
You're getting who we give you.
I'd hope that if Dave Feldman's listening or whoever the powers that be that are listening, let's make these fights happen, man. I'd hate to see any politics, stop us in our roll to the top, man. Let's get the
Bottom
fights.
line is it robs the fans. It doesn't rob Dad. Well, Reggie would say it robs him too because he's so passionate. But it robs the fans that want to see that fight, and it's not right because we're here to put on a show for the fans, and everybody wins in that way. And
I'm so vocal. I'm passionate about it because I think that is a main event card. I think them two going at it is going to be an absolute war, and everyone will win. It will, as Dad would say. Reggie's not on my level. He's you fight Reggie, your stock is going to go up. The fans are going to love it. Trust me. Just do what you do best and let the cards fall where they may.
But real quick, if it's such an easy fight, this is what I fail to understand. It's not going to raise my
Is
stock.
it?
That's what I'm saying. If it's such an easy fight,
Is
go
it?
in, get your purse, get your payday, go home when your face isn't messed up too much, and enjoy your life for another couple months so you don't have to fight. I mean, that's what. Again, I'm not a fighter, but that's what I would think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I'm Dat and if I'm Dat and I watched Reggie, get beat the way Bedford beat him, and then I beat Bedford, I'd take an easy payday in my mind. I should walk right through him.
So would
easy money. Give it to me.
I'll tell you what, we have Julian Lane coming up to it. We didn't expect Reggie to come on, so that kind of threw us off. We appreciate it. We love stuff like that. But let's hit a commercial real quick. Let's check in with our friends from Tiger Life. Roar like the tiger. Roar! Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 18, June 26th from Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino with 4 world titles on the line. Sam Shoemaker challenges heavyweight champ Joey Beltran. Hector Lombard clashes with Joe Riggs to crown a cruiserweight champ. Luis Palomino defends his lightweight title against Tyler Goodjohn. And Yuli Diaz takes on Thiago Alves for the vacant middleweight title. It's BKFC 18, Saturday, June 26th, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the BKTV app. Download it now at bkfc.com.
Tiger Life is not about race or religion, black or white, young or old, male or female. It's not about where you live or where you're from. It's about finding your why in life. Tiger Life is a way of life. It's a purpose, a light, the future. We all have a story to tell, so let's tell it. It's time to be heard. Just remember, we may not be able to rewrite our story, but we sure as hell can change the ending. Tiger Life. Energy never tasted so good.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 18, June 26th from Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino with 4 world titles on the line. Sam Shoemaker challenges heavyweight champ Joey Beltran. Hector Lombard clashes with Joe Riggs to crown a cruiserweight champ. Luis Palomino defends his lightweight title against Tyler Goodjohn. And Yuli Diaz takes on Thiago Alves for the vacant middleweight title. It's BKFC 18, Saturday, June 26th, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the BKTV app. Download it now at bkfc.com. I've actually been roaring that whole time. I'm out of I'm out of breath. We
That
have to
is
talk
amazing,
to Julian. I
man.
can't believe it either. It's insane. We have Julian Lane on the phone.
The one and only,
We're
man.
excited, man. We just saw the promo for the next event coming up, BKFC 18, BKFC.com to get in on that, and it's going to be a great fight. But Julian Lane, I'm very excited about your fight. You're taking on Jake Bostwick. This is going to be a great fight. How are you? Well, I can't speak. How are you, Julian?
The fuck is that?
I had to rewind myself. I can't speak. Rewind. Too much Tiger Life, Julian.
Hey,
What's up, champ? How you feeling?
what's up, man? I feel great, man.
Awesome. How's camp coming along?
Hey, camp is amazing. Everything's coming along really well. I feel ready more than I've ever felt, man, for this fight. So looking forward to it.
We're ready for the fight, too. I mean, the last time we saw you, Julian, was, of course, Thiago Alves, BKFC 12, I believe it was. It went to a decision. It was a loss for you. Some fans would argue that. Some people that aren't fans would argue. I mean, that was a big talking point after that event. You went the whole way with him, and you banged. And you banged. I didn't mean to do that. Wow. But you took that fight on extremely short notice.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, 7-day notice, man.
Ooh, 7 days.
Yeah, the judges gave it to him, but hey, the fans gave it to me. So, and that's what matters to me, man.
How did you see that fight? How did you see that? How did you score your performance in that?
I watched it a few times. I feel like it was really close. It could have went either way. So I'm not bummed out about it, man. I kept my head up high and just it gave me more motivation to get ready for the next fight, man. Because being able to do something like that on 7 days' notice with a legend like Thiago, it just gave me that much more boost in my training and just mentally and physically, man.
Well, definitely. You definitely deserve to keep your head up, your chin up. I mean, that was a hell of a fight. We enjoyed it. And, you have fought for BKFC numerous times now, and always big names. Leonard Garcia, Tom Schoaf, Jim Ellers. I mean, the list goes on. And now you have Jake Bostwick in front of you. And I'd seen you guys at one of the events recently. I did see you guys talking. I mean, do you guys know each other? Is there any animosity? Are you guys friends? Is there respect there? What's going on with you two?
Well, it was a few months, probably a little bit before that fight. Jake was, he had called me out. Well, first, his wife or girlfriend or something hit me up like, "Yeah, I think you and Jake will be a good fight, this and that." I was like, "He don't have any fights. I don't know how he's going to get that fight with me, and this and that." So they started teaming up on me, talking shit, and next thing you know, I was like, "Okay, I like that. I like to talk a little shit before the fight. I'd rather fight a guy I don't like." So you know what I mean? I was at Knuckle Mania, and I was walking around the whole time, man, just meeting and greeting, and walking ringside, looking at the fights and shit. And next thing you know, my boy tell me, "Hey, that's Jake. There goes Jake Bostwick. He was leaving." And so I walked up to him, and I'm like, "Where you going, man? You ain't even say hi. Like, you've been here the whole time. I know you see my ass. You was talking all that shit on the internet. I tell you to keep that same energy when you see me." So he wasn't trying to even say nothing to me. He was just gonna walk out without saying hi, without saying bye. So I had to, walk up to him and let him know I was there, man, that I seen him.
Well, I'm going to ask you, what did you say? I mean, do you remember the conversation? Let us kind of peer in on this. The fans love this kind of stuff.
I kept it polite, you know what I mean? I just kept it love, you know what I mean? And just let him know I'm going to enjoy beating his ass when we get in there.
Did you get a chance to check out his last bout? He went the distance, 6 rounds.
Yeah, I've watched that numerous times. And all I see is either Tyler Vogel has a hell of a chin, or Jake hits like a fucking soft little bitch. And hey, either way, I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? Whether he brings it or not, man. He's not too unpredictable. He has a right hand. He throws a right hand and a left hook. You know what I mean? And he says he likes to clinch, but the whole time in that fight, he got worked in the clinch. Tyler Vogel worked him in the clinch with some fucking old school boxing to the body shit, man. It was like, dude, Jake was just resting the whole time in the clinch, taking body shots. You know what I mean? And if he ever does that shit with me, he's going down for sure.
So essentially, I'm gathering here what you're kind of saying without saying it is that your fight will not go a 6th round with Jake Bostwick.
Definitely not, man. And if it does, like I said, man, they better have some good doctors on standby for that boy. Ooh. I'm telling you, because you know how these knuckles cut motherfuckers up, man. And any guy that goes 5 rounds with me it's going to look pretty bad.
Yeah, we're excited to see it. This is a fight on the card. There's a couple ones that aren't like the top 4 title fights that I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the Jared Grant fight with Travis Thompson. I'm looking forward to Julian, you and Boswick. I think it's going to be a fun fight to watch. I know you're coming in motivated, and obviously he is too. He's working hard. So what are the keys to victory in this fight, do you think?
Working hard, cutting all that fucking weight because he's so juiced up out of his fucking kills.
Oh,
He's
man.
got to lose 40 fucking pounds to fight me. I don't even know how he's going to make weight. You know what I mean? He's not going to have any chin in that fight. He's going to feel every bit of my punch, man, and some. So, you know, I feel bad for the guy. I mean, I don't really feel bad for the guy. I really don't give a fuck about him. But, hey, hopefully it doesn't make this sport look too fucking brutal.
So you had 7 days notice before. You went 5 rounds. Honestly, it looked like you could go another 5 rounds versus Alves. Now, with a longer camp, how are you seeing this fight go? I mean, Brian has already touched on it, but I mean, you have so much more time, so much more ample time. How do you see this fight playing out?
There were years, man, went by where I wasn't consistent with my training. I wasn't consistently in the gym. I wasn't focused. All those fights that I've had with BKFC, like the longest fight training period I had was Jim Allers, but that was only 4 or 5 weeks that I had for Allers. And I had to lose like 35 pounds to fight him at 155. Of course. So, like, for the last fucking 5 years, man, I've been cramming in a full camp in 4 to 5 weeks without, being consistently training in the gym. And all last year, man, I was consistently training. I was consistently in the gym. And then I fought Thiago on short notice. And then I went right back into the gym after that, man. I was consistent. And then I moved out here to Florida. And I've been here 4 months, and I've really been consistent and training hard, man. So you guys are gonna see a high level Julian Lane in this fight, man. I'm coming in. I'm not getting touched. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna fucking land big shots. I'm gonna box his head off, and until he gets tired, man. And then I'm gonna fucking finish him.
Well, we're excited to see your fight. Like I keep saying over and over again, I can't say that enough. And we're happy that you joined us today, Julian Lane, fighting, of course, BKFC 18 coming up June 26th. BKFC.com. Grab the app, and you can see this man bang. Say it for us. You got to say it for us at least one time. Go ahead. Say it, Julian.
Let me bang, bro.
That's your
there
money.
It is.
Other than your fighting, that's your moneymaker. I love it. You are going to be banging. We're excited to watch it. Thanks for coming on today, Julian. We appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. Awesome. I am so pumped for that fight. And
he
now
looks,
I'm more excited.
He looks amazing. He looks in great shape.
He's
man,
ready.
I, too, be really, really nervous. I'd be really scared if I was in the Boswick camp. Coming off of 7 days notice, he took Alves that far, and now his camp is so much further out. Taking no credit away from Boswick.
None.
That dude's,
None.
I think that guy's got great hands.
Yes.
I think he's got very great hands. So,
but here's another thing that we need to look at when it comes to Julian Lane. Like we said, he's fought some of the who's who here in BKFC, and
he might have one of the hardest records out of any fighter.
He fought a lot of big people, like Leonard Garcia. And if you remember, Joe Elmore, who's an absolute lunatic, can take any shot, said that. Did he say it was somebody said Leonard Garcia was the hardest they've ever been hit? It might have been Joe. I might be misquoting Joe, but somebody recently told me that, and that's a guy that he's already fought, so he's felt that power. And now here he goes against Boswick, who he said he seems so confident. I mean, fighters are confident because they want to win. Julian Lane just seems extremely like he knows what's going to happen. He's trained, he's ready. There's no doubt in his mind, and that's where you need to be for a fight. I think
this could be sleeper fight of the night, man. As Joe Miggs put it in the chat, man, that could be the fight of the night, and I agree with him on that for sure.
And that's a stiff competition with this card coming up. BKFC.com. Grab the app. Get in now so you don't miss the fight June 26th. It's going to be an amazing card, and we're going to come back. We have some new signings, big news there. We have some contract extensions, big news there, and a lot more, and we'll come back right after this.
Welcome to the world of Bare Knuckle TV. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $3.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full archive of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's available right now on the Bare Knuckle TV app. Over 1,000 hours of on-demand content, uncut and uncensored. All here, anytime you want, anywhere you want, for only $3.99 a month. Subscribe now exclusively at BKTVApp.com.
Tiger Life is not about race or religion, black or white, young or old, male or female. It's not about where you live or where you're from. It's about finding your why in life. Tiger Life is a way of life. It's a purpose, a light, the future. We all have a story to tell, so let's tell it. It's time to be heard. Just remember, we may not be able to rewrite our story, but we sure as hell could change the ending. Tiger Life. Energy never tasted so good.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 18, June 26th from Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino with 4 world titles on the line. Sam Shoemaker challenges heavyweight champ Joey Beltran. Hector Lombard clashes with Joe Riggs to crown a cruiserweight champ. Luis Palomino defends his lightweight title against Tyler Goodjohn. And Yuli Diaz takes on Thiago Alves for the vacant middleweight title. It's BKFC 18, Saturday, June 26th, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the BKTV app. Download it now at BKFC.com.
Tiger Life is not
I guess
And
we're
we're back, baby.
We're back.
Yeah.
It's always a good time here. Always shenanigans. I'm telling you, they should put a security cam in here and show us what happens off the air.
I know.
Sometimes that's insane. We have a lot coming up. We have our KOs of the week. Rob has a really good one. I have one that blew my mind. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. But let's talk about...
Mine's hype, but go ahead.
Yours what?
Mine's hype.
Yours hype. Look at him. Hype. That's what the cool kids say.
Just wait till you see it, man.
I can't
oh,
wait.
Man,
I'm
it's
looking
gonna be great.
forward to it. I'm trying to figure out my format here. I know with the new signings, we have a lot of great new signings. This is where we normally have our sound effects guys cue out the drum roll. I'm going to let you do the first one. I didn't mean drum roll. I meant announcement.
Oh,
I
thought I did the drum roll, man.
There we go. Go ahead.
See, we got more budget. We get an official drum roll.
Got a real drummer in there.
Dustin Paig from the UFC,
UFC
ex-UFC fighter. Yep.
That's our first new signing. We're excited to see him come on, and we can't spend a lot of time with each one of these guys. We'll get into it later, but that's an exciting signing to have.
Yeah, it is.
Another one. Let's see what we have. Oh, for the heating up women's division. Oh, not even heating up on fire. Welcome to Marina Kaufman. Marina Kaufman joining our women's division. That's Marina Kaufman. They're the new signings, and there's Marina Kaufman. We're looking at her now. I mean, you can see her. You can see she's ready to go. She's coming in here. She's excited to be part of BKFC, and we talk about it every week. So all I need to do is say it. The women's division, like I said, isn't even heating up. It is absolutely on fire. It's incredible here in BKFC. We also have some big news with contract, multi-fight extensions, I guess I would call them.
Yep.
One being the guy we just spoke to, and I didn't even realize this. We could have talked to him about it. Julian Lane signing a multi-fight extension. Sorry, Julian, there's no drum roll. Do it again. Julian, there you go. Julian deserves a drum roll. Julian Lane, of course, signing a multi-fight extension. We're excited about that, Julian. Glad to have you on the team, man. And our next one, drum roll, please.
Tom Shoaf.
Oh, come on, man. Tom Shoaf. The mustache man himself, Tom Shoaf.
Yeah.
War Shoaf.
Awesome.
Coming back to UFC, we know.
Both of them, man. I'm glad to see him still here.
Multi-extension. There's Julian Lane. We're looking at him now. We love Julian Lane, as we just said on the interview. And there he is.
I want to see them run that back. I'm
Right?
going to say it.
Shoaf,
Yeah, I said it. That fight was awesome, man. That fight was awesome. But,
really was.
you know, Tom already mentioned that he's comfortable at his weight right now. I think Julian looks great at his. Man, two warriors, though, man. Glad to see him.
But as
here.
we always say, I don't know if you say, but anything seems to happen here in the BKFC. So that could happen one day. We don't know. But I'm excited that they're both back for multi-fight extensions because they're two guys you don't want to lose. I mean, they're part of BKFC.
Yeah.
We love that. Thank you for being here with us.
And Dak could fight them both at the same time in BKFC.
That's going to fight everybody, right? That wants everybody. Let's get to our tryout signings because we had some tryouts recently. We had one in Fort Worth, Texas. Tryout in Fort Worth, Texas. Let's see. I have the official. I'm actually holding the emails in my hand of the people. Let's see. 165 pounder from the tryouts. This is why it's important to come to the tryouts. This was the Fort Worth, Texas tryouts, which you can always watch. We put up the tryouts, by the way, BKFC.com. Grab the app. Let's see. Rynell Riley, 165 pounds. Rynell Riley,
congratulations.
Welcome to the team. Congratulations. Also, Darius Thurman, who fights at 145. We're proud to have you on the team, too. We got him from the Fort Worth tryouts. And then there's Kyle McElroy. He's a heavyweight, and he's going to be fighting July 23rd. We picked him up at the BKFC tryouts in Fort Worth as well. So that's why it's important to pay attention to these tryouts. And if you're a fighter, get involved. And last but certainly not least of the Fort Worth tryouts, Brandon Menenis. I hooked on phonics didn't work for me.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, Brendan.
If
I mispronounce your name, you know what? When you start fighting for us and you start making all those waves, I guarantee I'm going to get it right. I'm excited for all you guys that are here. That's the Fort Worth tryouts. And now let's go through the Belfast tryouts during Hall of Fame weekend, where we had Lord Evan get inducted, and as well as Nate Shook, matchmaker, as well as Phil. There's Lord Evan. Dave got inducted too back there.
Congratulations,
am
guys.
I forgetting anybody? There's so many people got inducted from our organization. I mean, from here in the office, I know Tommy did too, Sconzo. But from here in the office, I think I covered everybody, so nobody's mad at me, right? Okay, good. Hall of Fame, that's a big deal. Congratulations to you guys. But this was the Hall of Fame tryouts, which I'm told were absolutely amazing.
Packed house.
BKFC.com. Grab them when they go up on the app. I think are they up yet? Did you know?
The tryouts from Belfast, I believe they are up on the app.
No, they're not yet. But that's how quick these guys work. They get them up pretty quick. But Evan Zentar probably partying from being a Hall of Famer.
Oh, I'm too busy. I was cutting that.
Got a lot going on.
Good John Palomino thing.
Oh, that was great, by the way.
That should be up in a little bit.
No, I know.
We'll cut him soon.
Evan is like the king of content, man. That guy always unleashes stuff on the app.
Him and his team, man. He needs 10 more people to work.
I know. Well, we'll get that up soon. But the tryout winners for Belfast, when you watch, you can kind of know what to look for, know who to look for on the app. It looks like we have Nolan Smith, who a heavyweight amateur boxing champ. He was the hardest puncher at 943 pounds of force. Wow. That's a lot of pounds, dude. Imagine getting in the face by that.
Yeah,
heavyweight.
no thanks, man.
I don't know. Sam Shoemaker better be looking out for that one.
Yeah.
Joey, all of them. Let's see who else. We have Brandon Pennington, 165 pounds. He trains with #1 contender. We just talked to him, Reggie Barnett in Virginia. That's a great guy. That's a great guy to train because he knows BKFC so well. So I feel like Brandon Pennington is going to be a little bit dangerous when he comes in because he understands what to expect, where some don't always fully understand what to expect. Let's see. I'm going through all these. Do you want to announce any? I feel like I'm taking all your heat.
No. I've got the announcement for next week's tryouts. Where?
Oh, wait. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So also we have D.W. Bell. D.W. Bell, 175 pounds. Caught the eye of Leonard Garcia, and he's gonna be taken under Leonard Garcia's wing. And we're just talking about what a bad dude. You know what a bad dude Leonard Garcia is. He hits very hard. He's
bad, man.
I mean, take Joe Elmore to limit Leonard Garcia. And look for him to make a BKFC appearance soon. We're excited to see D.W. Bell, especially if he's going to be working with Leonard Garcia. If Leonard Garcia recognizes talent, you got talent.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you get to work with him to foster that talent and make it better.
That's the best, man. That you're actually able to work with professional fighters on such close one-on-one. Man, it's come to the tryouts, go to the tryouts. You will learn something. Even if you do not get picked first round. Listen, Tom Brady didn't get picked first round.
No.
He was 199th, and he's going to go down as the greatest quarterback, greatest man to ever live. Big shout out Tom Brady, buddy.
I always say that you need to have a jersey on to be in the game. So even if you don't get picked this time, you still have the jersey on. We're aware of you, and next time you come back and you've improved, you need to have that. Don't turn your jersey on. Don't turn your jersey in. Always show up to those tryouts. They're very important. Let's see who else we have. Oh, look at this. I believe from New Jersey, undefeated fighter, 125 pounds. Gabrielle Roman hit harder than 10% of the guys, even though she's way lighter. That doesn't sound like a lot, but she's hitting harder than 10% of the guys at that weight class of 125. Think about that. The power she probably packs.
The fact that you're stronger than 90% of the males is, that should raise some eyebrows.
Let's see who else we have. Lorenzo. Now, this one's interesting. 23 years old. Lorenzo's 23 years old. Lorenzo Cardona, 165 pounds. Overall, possibly, from what everyone was saying, the best performance of the tryouts. I'm excited to see him. I haven't seen much tape on him, but he's young, and I love that. Like Jared Grant's extremely young. We're going to watch him climb. Now we can watch Lorenzo climb as well.
And the fans can watch this, if not today, at least this week on the app
at
for free.
BKFC.com. You can grab that. It's up there. And, I just want to make a quick reference. Cardona. I see this name. I don't think it's a common name. It's like it's Smith of an Italian name. But I know there's a pro wrestler named Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder. I wonder if there's a relation.
Could be.
I mean, that's not a common name. We're going to look into that. So that's our Belfast tryout winners.
That's Cardona.
You're seeing some of there's Cardona up here now, man. Wow. Whoa, he was moving.
Yeah.
You can sometimes even a clip like that, you can just tell this guy's ready.
It's legit.
So these are all great signings, and I love that the guys that come off the tryouts when they fight, they're fighting the hardest because they have some. Not that everyone doesn't have something to prove, but they want to prove to the organization, this is why you picked me. I'm here. So when you see the tryout fights, and we have fights on the main card, people from the tryouts, keep an eye on them because they're all growing, becoming stars. We picked up Shoemaker at tryouts. Who else? I mean, we picked
Reggie
up a lot.
Barnett.
Reggie, a lot of people at tryouts.
Lorenzo Hunt.
Lorenzo. That's what I mean. The list goes on. We talk about it every week. There he is. You can see his name on his head if you ever forget. What's his mouthpiece say?
Boxing Aesthetics. I think that's his gym or his Instagram name, something like that.
Either way.
No, he's a cool dude, though.
Looking forward to
checking him out. So that's all the signings and how important it is, as we always tell you every week, to show up at the tryouts. They're a lot of fun to watch on the app, too. Next up, what do we have? Oh, we got the tryout signings. BKFC new series Ungloved. Oh, we have to announce the next tryout. I'm way off here.
Yeah, man.
I almost robbed you of your major
I know, you almost
announcement.
stole it from me.
I'm
That's
sorry.
cool. That's
bad
cool.
broadcaster, bad Brian.
Nah, man. One of the biggest and one of my favorite fighters of all time is going to be hosting next week's tryouts, June 19th, at the ranch, Cowboy Cerrone.
He's definitely hosting? I thought we were just going to be there.
No, we're going to be at his ranch. Yep, we're going to be at Cowboy Cerrone's ranch for the tryouts.
Wow.
So if you're in the area, it's
Come
right
one,
outside.
come all.
Yep, it's right outside of Albuquerque in New Mexico.
And we'll have info, I'm sure, at BKFC.com on that as well if you're missing it. Or maybe you want to let a friend know. Maybe you're watching, you're like, I'm not going to do that, but my friend's a badass and he's going to do it. Or she's going to do it. Let us know. Show up there, and hopefully we can sign you next. I mean, it happens. As you can see, we have a laundry list of people we signed. BKFC.com to get involved. All right, now we can get to the new series, BKFC new series Ungloved. Now, we did one of these with Paige with her first fight.
Road to Knucklemania.
Yes, there was something similar to that. And we're doing this with the top 4 fights. I'm very intrigued by it because what the hell is that? The fights are intriguing by themselves. Now when we add these video packages to them, wow. Now I saw Luis Palomino versus Tyler Goodjohn in the video package for that. And if you have, what was it, like 11 minutes or something? If you have 11 minutes of your time, even if you don't, go there now and watch it. This is going to make you even more excited for the fight. You have Luis Palomino looking great, sitting on yachts, carrying his toes
Living
around.
the life
the
in
guy's
Miami,
a
man.
huge star in Miami.
What a contrast.
And then you have Tyler.
Yeah.
England, training hard, but he's lifting his own weight, doing CrossFit, and he's
man,
telling you what happened in his life.
They found out a lot about him. His gym closed down, and he fell on hard times. And there's a lot to unpack. So make sure you guys check that out. It's an awesome episode.
We have a clip for it we're going to watch, and
awesome.
Let's just throw it to the clip right now.
Hey, like, bro, what the fuck are you carrying, man? Like, what are you getting ready for? Like, you getting ready to carry your own corpse at the square circle, like?
When people say that, do I think I'm worthy of this title shot? I think, is he worthy of fighting me? This geezer has fought nobody.
There is no respect for this dude. It's gonna be a very violent fight.
Awesome camp behind me. I'm ready to fight.
There it is, man. You can actually watch it right now on our YouTube channel and the app as well.
YouTube as well. Okay, he's ready to fight. I'm ready to watch, man. I can't wait for it. It's June 26th. Like
I can't
now.
wait for that fight.
But
wait.
I think coming out of after I saw it, I mean, you make your own assertions when you watch it, but I feel like knowing both these fighters, I did come out, I hate to say it, but liking Tyler a little more because of what he's gone through and the adversity he's facing. Just a little more. You know, Tyler and I don't have the best relationship, but a little more. I do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it definitely showed a personality. It showed true character, and
that he's in much better shape than last time. Tyler's
hey, man,
in
I'm not gonna spoil the entire thing. Check
sorry.
it out for yourself.
You'll see
You can watch it now on YouTube. Check it on the app.
Yep, BKFC.com too to check out that app if you haven't gotten it yet. And there's more of them coming too. Where, like I said, all the top 4 fights we're doing that with. Get a little glimpse on what they're dealing with and what they're going through. And if you don't know, if you're a newer fan, to introduce you to the fighters a little more. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I know I enjoy watching it.
Me too.
All right, now it's time for it. We do this every week. You did it last week, so I have to have my
turn, buddy.
All right, here we go. This is like my favorite part of the show. I feel like I have so much power. This is the only place I have power in my life. Ready? It's time for the knockout of the week. Boom! You went too soon. That's my only power I have. Can we do it again?
Oh, boo-boo.
Oh, come on, man.
Womp womp.
All right, ready?
All right.
The knockout of the week. Boom!
What a
see that? What a
prima donna you are.
I'm a diva. That's my highlight of the week, as sad as that is.
That's great.
So let's go for the knockouts of the week. I know you have what you're saying is an awesome one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go over my knockout of the week. We're gonna roll the tape. All right, I'm sorry. I thought there was some audio.
Somebody steal a car?
So a guy went inside, saw that someone hopped in his driver's seat. Hopped in his driver's seat of his car. And this is what happens when you try to steal the wrong person's car.
Hey, so what?
You're going to catch these hands. You're going to learn today, son. You're going to learn today.
4. How many times? I got 4. I counted late.
Dude, he whooped his ass. So the further story to this, he beats his ass. He gets arrested in a cop car.
Who got arrested?
The guy that tried stealing his car. He gets arrested. They put him in a gurney to the hospital.
Good.
He hops out of the gurney.
It's like WWE.
He takes off. And the cops had to track him down and arrest him again, man. But yeah, be careful whose car you try to hop into and take.
After that beating, The guy ran away off the gurney?
After that beating, he was in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. Apparently, he hops out and takes off on foot. But yeah, man, be careful. You try to steal somebody's car, you can catch these hands.
Did they catch your hands when your car got stolen like that? I think it's stolen like that.
Nah, man.
Okay.
I had to catch an Uber.
That's the only thing you're catching Uber. I like that. Rob, you're awesome. That's great. That's the only
thing. I called an Uber, man.
You did. All right, so that was really good. Let's do my knockout of the week. I'm like floored. My knockout of the week, we're going to call this Punch Trunk Love because it has to do with an elephant, if you can believe it. I have no backstory. This just blew my mind. Watch this. Boom!
Oh!
Boom! Whatever zoo that happened, she got knocked to she had to be knocked through the air.
Oh, God.
Here she is. She's like, I'm going to put this on my Instagram, honey. Get a picture. And do a picture with the elephant. Boom! Done.
This is what I love most about the internet, man. This is making me tear up. I love these perfect internet clips, man. This is why I fell in love with the internet and YouTube, man. This is so YouTube worthy. It's so real, man.
I was actually talking...
Thank you.
I was talking to Joe Riggs yesterday, I think, and he was telling me about all these great knockout videos, and we were talking about the knockout video we showed, a couple weeks ago, where the woman was getting hit in the face with a bat, and she just kept coming.
Yeah.
So Joe Riggs was like, send that to me, and he was all excited that we sent that to him. He loves those kind of videos. So if you have a video you want to send in, you can always send it in to us. We're not going to have time to get to a fan one this week. That might be
all right, so we're lying. So we do have a fan knockout of the week. It was, it's borderline inappropriate, so we decided to scrap
I didn't know that.
it. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. They lie to me too because I would have just said put it on.
Yeah.
And they know that. So okay, good. Well, if you want to send yours in, try to make it somewhat appropriate.
Yeah. Don't go overboard with it, guys.
This is Rob saying, guys, don't go overboard. I could do a laundry list of the things we go overboard with.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
leave it at that.
What a fun show. What a fun show today.
I had a great time.
Lot of bombshells. We didn't know Reggie was coming on. By the way, if you're listening to this now and you want it in audio form, maybe you missed some stuff or you had to jump away, we are on Spotify, the BKFC show. Make sure you look that up. Even if you don't always listen, it makes sense to get on there and make sure you subscribe so you can have another outlet to get to us. And we really appreciate you being here with us. I mean, I'm more and more excited every time we do one of these for BKFC 18.
Yeah, it's great.
BKFC.com, June 26th in Miami. And we'll have a lot more content on social media throughout the week. But for now, I think that about does it. So I'm going to raise my Tiger life like I always do. I'm going to give Rob the knucks. And I'm going to tell you, thank you very much. Knuckle up. See you next week.